Hi Gandhi class, welcome to your PSHE lesson for this week. And our learning objective for today's lesson is, can I identify and describe healthy habits? So in today's lesson, you will be developing your understanding of what healthy habits are and how you can maintain a healthy lifestyle. We will identify the positive and negative effects habits can have on healthy lifestyle. We're going to describe the benefits of healthy habits and routines and the consequences of unhealthy ones. And we're going to explain how fostering healthy habits can help us to maintain a healthy lifestyle. So I've got an example here for you. I'm going to read it out to you, and then I'm going to ask you some questions about what you think. So Rob loves fizzy drinks. He loves them so much that he'll often drink several cans per day, sometimes swapping out a cola and a bag of sweets for a proper lunchtime meal. Rob's mum is very concerned about his health. Think of your teeth, Robert. Whatever will the dentist say? Why do you think Rob's mum is concerned? And what potential health consequences are there of Rob's diet? So pause the video here to answer those first two questions. Okay, so Rob's mum is concerned because this is not healthy. And the potential health consequences of Rob drinking lots of cans of cola per day and eating sweets is that the sugar will rot away his teeth. But not only that, drinking so much sugar is not good for your health at all, and it can lead you to put on a lot of weight. So what do we mean when we talk about unhealthy habits? What does that mean? Pause the video to have a think. Okay, so by unhealthy habits, we mean habits, so things that we do a lot that are not good for our health. Okay, so I've got some key vocabulary here, and then we're going to match it up to the definition. So, my turn, your turn. Nutrients. Nutrients. Okay, so let's have a look at the descriptions that we have to see if we can match up nutrients with its correct definition. So we've got sugars, fibers, and starches, which are the body's main source of energy. Overweight to the point of having serious health problems. Vitamins and minerals needed for a healthy body. And physical activity, which makes your heart beat a little faster and makes you feel a little warmer. So which one of these definitions do you think nutrients matches up to? Pause the video to have a think. Well done if you said that nutrients matches up to vitamins and minerals needed for a healthy body. Okay, next one. My turn, your turn. Moderate exercise. Moderate exercise. Okay, let's see what the definition is for this one. So is it sugars, fibers, and starches, which are the body's main source of energy? Is it overweight to the point of having serious health problems? Or is it physical activity, which makes your heart beat a little faster and makes you feel a little warmer? Which definition describes moderate exercise? Pause the video to have a think. Well done if you said that moderate exercise is physical activity which makes your heart beat a little faster and makes you feel a little warmer. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. Carbohydrates. So my turn, your turn. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates. Okay, so is the definition of carbohydrates sugars, fibers, and starches, which are the body's main source of energy, or overweight to the point of having serious health problems? What do you think? Pause the video to see which one you think it might be. Well done if you said sugars, fibers, and starches, which are the body's main source of energy. So that is the definition of carbohydrates. And the last one, obese. My turn, your turn. Obese. Obese. So then obese, the definition of this is overweight to the point of having serious health problems. So these are our key vocabulary for today's lesson. So what do we mean by a habit? A habit is something that you do regularly, maybe once a week, once a day, or even more often. It's something that you do often, which over time becomes part of your normal life. If you do something so much that it becomes a habit, you may not even realize you're doing it at all. Examples of habits include biting your nails, exercising twice a week every week, picking your nose, fiddling with your hair when nervous, brushing your teeth every morning and evening. So this is what we mean by a habit. Are habits good or bad? So some habits are good for you and other habits are bad for you. Habits can have a really positive effect on your life if they are healthy habits. For example, making sure that you exercise regularly will help you to stay in good health, and this is a healthy habit. Making sure you clean your room or doing your homework as soon as it's set will help you to stay organized and in better control of your time. Again, this is a healthy habit to have. However, it's easy to get into habits that aren't very good for us. For example, eating lots of sweets and crisps every day might feel good at the time, but if you do that every day, your health will suffer because your body won't be getting the nutrients it needs. So this is what we call an unhealthy habit. So be careful about the habits you form. Many bad habits can feel good in the short term, but over the long term, they can do you more harm than good. So what habits should I get into if I want to be healthy? If you want to be healthy, you need to make sure that you get an hour of moderate exercise each day in your average week. How you get this depends on what you prefer to do and what you're able to do. So you could do things like walking to school, or if you do an after school club that involves you doing a lot of exercise like football, that's also a healthy habit. The important thing is that you make it a habit to get some exercise and that you don't make it a habit to sit too long doing no physical exercise. As well as getting regular exercise, you should make sure that you eat well also. Part of this means eating at least 5 portions of fruit and vegetables every day. So fresh, tinned, dried and frozen fruit or vegetables all count as your 5 a day. Juice counts as 1 portion too, but don't have it more than once a day as the sugars in juice can rot your teeth. Eat starchy foods like bread, pasta, rice and potatoes as good sources of carbohydrates. So the final habit to get into if you want to be healthy is also to limit the amount of time you look at a screen. I know it's very hard to get away from screens today. However, spending too long looking at a screen is bad for you because it can stop you from sleeping. So make sure that you take breaks from playing screen-based games and stop looking at a screen at least half an hour before you go to bed. If you put good habits into place now, you'll boost your health and give yourself the best chances of staying well and healthy in the future. So I've got some scenarios here for you, and you're going to need these for activity 1 or activity 2, depending on which one you choose to complete. So I'm going to read through them for you, but when you're completing the activity that you choose to complete, please do go back and pause the video on these cards. So, washing hands regularly with soap and warm water, thumb sucking or biting nails, getting regular exercise, playing an instrument, watching a tablet or screen to relax in the evening, snacking between meals, reading for an hour before bedtime, and walking the dog every evening. So activity number 1, there are 3 activities for you to choose from. Please pick the one that you want to do. Make sure it's appropriate for you though. So activity number 1 You need to draw the table and identify whether the habits are healthy or unhealthy. So on an A4 piece of paper, turn it landscape, fold it in half, then draw a line down the middle, write healthy on one side, unhealthy on the other. And then you need to go back through these cards here to sort them into healthy or unhealthy habits. That is activity number 1. Activity number 2 is to order the cards from unhealthy to healthy, and you need to explain why you've placed these cards in this order. So again, go back through these cards here, and you need to put them in order of healthy to unhealthy and explain why. So you could say, this is the most healthy because, this is the least healthy because, I have placed this one here because. That's activity number 2. Activity number 3, you've got a quote here. It's easy to get into good habits for your health. To what extent do you agree with this statement? So you need to answer the question above using the sentence starters below. I mostly completely agree or disagree with this statement. So tell me how far you agree with it. Do you agree? Do you not agree? And then you need to tell me it is or isn't easy to get into good habits for your health because. Then give me an example. So an example of this is, and then the next sentence should begin with, therefore I believe that. So you've got your quote here. You've got to tell me to what extent you agree with the quote, and then use these sentence starters here to help you answer the question. Please make sure you upload your work to Tapestry Gandhi class, and I will see you next time. Bye.